Ed Catmull and John Lasseter set up Pixar. And they said, we want to be the opposite of a Hollywood studio. And we don't want to be like Disney. See, Disney, after Lion King, they just came out with series of flops, and nobody could explain why. Lion King was one of the most successful, cartoon film at that point in history. So they didn't want to be like Disney, which had become bureaucratic, and they didn't want to be like a typical Hollywood studio run by these suits, these producers. So they said, we're neither going to be in Silicon Valley, nor we're going to be in Hollywood. We're going to be somewhere in the middle. So right from their location, So Pixar is kind of located somewhere in the middle of these two great centers, right? They went along to create one hit after the other, starting from Toy Story 1, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc. You can just keep on going. And I think it's a mistake. Incredibles, and all those kinds of things, And they managed to do it, through a combination of not just great idea, but a great culture. There's no hierarchy. Everything is based on merit. Even if you're a superstar, John Lasseter, Ed Catmull, you're going to be interrogated by the junior most guy in the room, who's a red hot talent, maybe a trainee. Right? So they do these meetings, which are very difficult. They make you sweat, but they are straight, absolutely truthful, candid, and nobody is bigger than the game, right? So that was a culture that they created. And they believed that when technology came together with art, magic happened, right? In fact, Pixar is the combination of technology and art. They're actually artists, but they use technology because they created the world's first animation film, technology-driven, computer-animated film, which was Toy Story. And every single thing that they created, was very different from the earlier one, right? They literally kept destroying their formula the moment they created the product, right? Which is a very, very difficult thing to do, because a great entrepreneur comes out with a great formula and the product succeeds. Then you know what happens to that entrepreneur? He or she sells out. When the product succeeds, they try to make a franchise out of it. You're just squeezing the juice out of something that's literally dead. You're flogging a dead horse, right? So how do you keep destroying your very formula every single time, right? So that was a kind of approach they took, and they believe in genuine collaboration, right? Not in a superstar culture, which is the Hollywood culture, which is also pretty much the Silicon Valley culture, right? And they believed in cognitive diversity. And Pixar is famous for its systems, its structure, its process, and its creative edge. And that's a lethal combination to be able to bring together, right?